The film begins with Alex, a journalist. She was soon to be married and had to travel to New York. Unfortunately, her flight was canceled, leaving her deeply distressed. At the same time, we see Dr. Ben, who also needed to reach New York for a major surgery. If he didn't arrive on time, his patient would die. The flight cancellations were very stressful for both Alex and Ben. Seeing Ben's distress, Alex approaches him and says, "We both have the same problem, and I have a solution." As a journalist, she has many contacts and knows a private pilot. She suggests, "Why don't we hire that pilot to fly to Dundee? From there, I'll take a flight to New York, and you can go wherever you need to go." It was extremely risky. The weather was very bad, and all flights were canceled. But the pilot agrees to help for $800. Alex included Ben because she knew he could afford the cost, and it would make their journey easier. Their trip begins, and we see that the pilot had brought his dog along. Another danger awaits them when they discover the pilot hadn't even filed a flight plan. Clearly, no one knew about their flight, not even the air traffic authorities. The danger increases when, halfway through, the pilot's health begins to decline. Ben, being a doctor, discovers the pilot is having a heart attack. The heart attack kills him instantly, and their plane crashes. The crash severely damaged the aircraft. Thankfully, Ben and Alex survived the fall into the snow, but they both suffered significant injuries. The pilot was dead, so Ben sadly buries him and then returns to Alex. He bandages her injuries. However, due to weakness, Alex remains unconscious. Alex stays asleep for several hours while Ben waits for her to wake up. When she regains consciousness, Ben gives her the shocking news that she fainted. Almost a day had passed. Her wedding was now canceled. Instead of celebrating, she was caught in a terrible predicament. Because they hadn't registered their flight, no one knew that their plane had crashed. Therefore, no one was coming to rescue them. They had nothing to help them survive. The clothes they were wearing were all they had. Food consisted of a few dried fruits and a few biscuits. They spend their days in the plane wondering how they will escape. That same day, they see a glimmer of hope when they hear a plane. They are overjoyed. Ben fires his flare gun to signal the plane for rescue, but he was too late. The plane had already flown far ahead, and their hopes were crushed. They spent 3 days hoping someone would come to save them, but when no one appeared, Alex became angry. She resolved not to stay any longer and decided to do something to survive. Ben tells her that her leg is in bad shape. "It is not safe to move in your condition," Ben explains, finally stopping her. 3 more days pass, and as Alex's insistence grows, Ben says, "Okay, you stay here. I'll go up that hill and check what's on the other side. If there's a city, we'll move on." As he leaves, Alex gives him her camera, saying, "With this lens, you will be able to see farther. If you ever think of saving yourself, just do it. Don't worry about me. You were in this predicament because of me." Ben tells her, "If I wanted to leave you, I would have done it days ago." He then climbs the mountain where he receives another terrible shock. There are mountains everywhere with no signs of human settlement in sight. As Ben starts to return, he suddenly slips and falls down the mountain. He begins to slide toward a huge ravine. He was in great danger, but luckily, his foot hits a rock, saving him. Gathering his courage, he tries to climb higher. Meanwhile, back at the plane, the dog starts barking. Alex realizes that there is danger nearby. Looking out the window, she sees a cougar. Due to her injured leg, she is unable to escape. The dog shows its loyalty and tries to protect her, but the cougar injures it too. After that, the cougar enters the broken plane to attack Alex. Alex had a flare gun. She aims and fires it several times, killing the animal and saving her life. Hearing the shots, Ben also realizes that something very wrong has happened. He runs to the plane and is alarmed by the blood. Inside, he finds Alex, who is perfectly fine. The blood was from the cougar. He is relieved to see her safe. Ben stitches up the dog's neck wound where the cougar bit him. Using a first aid kit, they prepare the cougar's meat for a meal, finally eating their fill. Alex then tells Ben, "Look, my phone doesn't have a signal. You should climb a hill. Maybe your phone will work." Ben replies, "I'm not doing that again. I almost died last time. I hope someone will eventually find us." But Alex says, if that were going to happen, it would have happened by now. They argue, and finally, Ben goes to sleep, saying, "I'm in this mess because of you." Alex takes this to heart and leaves the next morning before Ben wakes up. When Ben wakes up, he finds a letter from Alex saying, "I'm taking the dog, and if I find any help, I will send someone for you." Hearing this, Ben panics, packs his things, and follows her, knowing she won't get far with her injured leg. When Alex sees him, she becomes emotional, and the two begin to bond. Eventually, a deep connection forms. They walk together for a long time. Alex is now exhausted and depends completely on Ben for support. Even after walking a long way, they find only a small cave where they decide to spend the night. They have food for 3 days, and they know their survival depends on what they do in that time. Luck might not favor them again, and finding more food will be very difficult. It was extremely cold. They lit a fire, but it wasn't enough to last the night. They stayed close to stay alive. The next day, they resumed their journey. Finally, they leave the snow and enter a forested area. There was a beautiful valley, and Alex began taking pictures. Then, she noticed a tower in the distance. It looked man-made, and there was hope that people were there. They headed that way, and as they traveled, Alex asked Ben personal questions about his life and marriage. Ben ignores these questions. After walking a long way, they realize the path has ended. There's a ravine ahead, and if they go down, they will surely die. Seeing this, Alex is distraught. She asks, "Do you still have hope we'll survive?" Ben replies, "I think we might die, but if we stay courageous, we should try to save ourselves." They turn back toward another path, and as night falls, they find shelter under a tree. They spend the night there. When morning comes, they realize they have no food left, but they are still alive. Alex is worried about the dog and asks Ben to find it. Ben reluctantly agrees. While searching for the dog, his luck changes when he finds a cottage. It was the same cottage Alex had seen through the lens. He was overjoyed and began to examine it. Before he could bring Alex there, the ground beneath her began to shake. She realized she was on a frozen lake that was about to break. She calls for Ben, but before he can reach her, Alex falls into the icy water. She struggles to survive, but Ben arrives and, risking his life, pulls her out. He quickly carries her to the cottage. He removes her wet clothes and lights a fire. She's very ill from the cold and falls unconscious. Ben knows that if she doesn't wake up, she could die. She is dehydrated and might slip into a coma. He searches the cottage for anything that can help. He finds a medical kit with a pin similar to an IV drip. He decides to use this to save Alex's life. However, he knows it could be dangerous if it contains old chemicals. But with no other choice, he decides to try. He melts ice for water and, after cleaning the needle, slowly hydrates Alex's body. Alex was lucky to have a doctor with her. His hard work through the night saved her. The next day, Alex regains consciousness. Ben is relieved that his efforts were successful. They stay in the cottage for a few days to recover. It was warmer there, and they had enough food and water to survive. A strong bond grows between them, and Alex begins to have feelings for Ben. She wants to know him better, so while he is out, she listens to his voice recorder. She hears his late wife's voice. When Ben catches her, he becomes very angry. But Alex explains that she just wanted to know him. Ben eventually tells her about his wife, who died from a brain tumor 2 years ago. Ben becomes emotional, and Alex offers her support. They stay together until Alex feels better. She tells Ben to leave her and go get help, so that at least one of them might survive. Ben tries to go, but realizes he can't leave her. He returns to continue with her. Alex is weak and moves slowly, but Ben stays by her side. When Alex collapses from exhaustion, Ben places her on a log and drags her through the snow. They travel a long distance until Ben is also spent. They both lie down, and while they sleep, the dog tries to wake Ben. Having no strength left, Ben tumbles down a slope. He could have died, but luckily, he spots a settlement below. He is overjoyed and moves forward with Alex. They feel certain that they will be saved. But then, a bear trap catches Ben's foot. It stabs deep into his foot, and Ben is in agony. He tells Alex to go get help. Alex doesn't want to leave him, but she knows she must hurry before the cold or animals get to him. After much difficulty, she reaches a road and collapses just as she sees a truck approaching. Ben also faints. When he wakes up, he is in a hospital. This means they were both rescued. Their courage helped them survive. Ben wakes up and goes to see Alex. They are happy to be alive. Ben sees Alex's fiancée, who thanks him for saving her. After this, their paths diverge. Ben thinks about calling her, but hesitates, thinking she is married. Alex also doesn't answer at first. Then, one day she sends him the photos she took at the cottage. Moved by the pictures, Ben agrees to meet her. Alex asks why he wasn't calling. Ben says, "I didn't want to disturb your married life." Alex then reveals she never got married. Although she loved her fiancé, she couldn't let go of her feelings for Ben. Ben is overjoyed. They finally reunite, and the movie ends with them together.